I'm going to go next. Comedian is Josh. He used to be Santa Claus, but he retired. Okay, come on in, Josh.
All right.
Thank you.
Well then, this is going to be the quietest 5 minutes since the last time I had sex. Just got out of rehab on Monday there. All that meant was that I got off a mixture of drugs just to get onto a mixture of prescription drugs. I was surrounded by a bunch of addicts. It was funny because I realized No Nut November started and a lot of those guys failed. I'm here to publicly announce that yes, I too, no I'm joking, I didn't. I couldn't. I was making too much eye contact. So Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are fighting on the 15th. I haven't been that excited for a black guy to pound a pussy for a very long time. And that's going to be exciting. Hopefully he does win though, that's his legacy on the line. And I don't need to see Jake Paul making us all look like a fool when it comes to betting. I did have a roommate that was a gambling addict. I said, do you think you're going to get sober? You want to bet on it? Best. My daughter usually helps me write some jokes. She has a whole list of things that she likes to tell me. Well, today she wrote a nice, good one. She said, if you ever have a poop in the dark, that's a spooky dookie. I was pretty happy about that. I was like, okay, but why would you be pooping in the dark? She goes, I don't know, I just wanted to give you some jokes. I was like, cool. So, I did 22 days. I've been 80 days sober today. Thank you. No, I don't get to have fun anymore. Even my chronic masturbation has been taken care of. Yeah, because when you're surrounded by a bunch of recovering addicts who have knives, you tend not to think sexually about anything anymore. It's just survival. We all shared one bathroom, but luckily I was in a dorm where people actually had to really evaluate themselves and admit that they snored. We called it the Thunderdome. Yeah, it sounded like that, when you walk in there at 12 o'clock midnight and it just, and you think you're not going to sleep, but then you realize you're one of them. And you just all kind of drift. But we had one guy, his name was Tim, and he used to snore like this. He used to go, do you know what that sounds like? That sounds like he's not only masturbating in his sleep, but he is going to make you the tasty one. I was not going to be the tasty one. In fact, they did have condoms out there for people, and I thought to myself, who is having sex? Well, guess what? They're having sex out in the bushes. Yeah, it turns out a year ago they had built a nice sex shack, and people would go and they'd lay themselves down to make new autistic Pokemon. It was amazing. So sure enough, I was there, and I said, you know what? The condoms are for the women too, not just for the guys. They're practicing safe sex on their toys. I know it. Because there was this one girl, and it made it public. She was masturbating, got the phone out and everything, right? And this 65-year-old woman comes around the corner, and she looks up at her and goes, you're not invited to the party. This other girl wakes up and goes, what the fuck is going on? This 65-year-old woman is now beating on this girl, this woman that's like half her age. I couldn't believe it. I was like, where am I? Orange is the new black? In my dorm, there's a guy jerking off so loud in the bathroom, he's keeping other dudes up. I'm like, where am I? I'm supposed to be in a treatment center. And then I realized sex is an addiction too. Awful people. And then of course you get onto these drugs that sound like Mortal Kombat characters. Clonazepam versus lorazepam, fight! It's or like Atarax versus Ativan. The crazy little names right there, right? I myself got into Zoloft, and now I have teenage acne. Stupid. But you know what? I'd recommend anyone going to a treatment center, go get yourself some help, because it's better than doing comedy on a stage when it's this quiet. Anyways, I've been Josh Muse, your next comedian. Don't